Roland SP-404 MK2 MPC1 routing. Today, while I play around in the background and do some routing stuff, I'm going to explain to you why you would route your audio or route your gear this way. And I'll also have a diagram towards the end that you can see and in the master classes. What's going on, guys? It's your brother O.T.G. The O.T.G's for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today we're going to do some talking about audio routing and why you would want to do it to whatever specific hardware you have. So right now you can see I'm doing the kick on the Roland T8. I just recorded that into the Roland SP-404 MK2. You can see I have other drums on the retro MPC. We're recording those drums in as well. You can see I have on the black MPC, the MPC plugin for the piano pulled up. So the first thing to really understand is, how does this happen, right? How do you get this, and why would you do it all into the MK2 or whatever? First, like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you check out the free drum kit. Make sure you check out the MPC Masterclass. Make sure you check out all the things in the description. Roland SP-404 screensavers, all kinds of different stuff. You could check it out right in the description below. Now back to the conversation at hand. So why would I do this, right? So each machine has its own sound and has its own workflow, and that workflow, whether you can emulate it on the MPC or on a computer or any place else, is still unique to that system, right? And the way it processes audio. So each place handles audio differently. You know, the conversation is normally subjective, so any person is subjective, or your perspective. I don't really get into it because for my production, I like to utilize a plethora of workflows. So one of the workflows that I have since I got the SP-404 is to sample everything into the 404. Part of it is because it's extremely portable. It's battery operated. I can take my mic and still create and organize and put whole songs together. And it allows me to make have about 2 versions of a beat, because everything that I make inside of the MPC1, if I make the beat inside of the MPC1 and then arrange it in the SP-404, I still have the masters in the MPC1. So you can see right here, I have the Roland J6 controlling the MPC1, the retro MPC1. That's working through MIDI out from the Roland J6 to the MIDI in of the MPC1. It is a TRS-8 out of the Roland J6 into the MPC1. So the chords play the MPC1. I have the audio from the Roland J6 routed into the Roland T8. That's the white cable on the top. I have the MIDI from the Roland T8 routed into the Roland J6, so it controls it. So at any given moment, if I wanted to start to make the beat from my Roland T8, I could press play and it would control the BPM on the J6, the retro MPC1, and the Roland SP-404. I have this hooked up in what is called a daisy chain. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. You can see a diagram of this. This will be available in my master classes for the MPC and the SP-404. I'm going to add a bunch of different routing schematics and different ways to route your audio without a mixer. This has no mixer. So this is 4 devices hooked into my Roland SP-404 MK2 with all audio running through 3 of them, right? So with that, now you can see by recording in, I recorded that pad in, and now I'm editing it in my SP-404 so that way I could trigger it to play in a loop, and I can build the beat in my SP-404. So people ask all the time, why would I like to do this? So I like to utilize the MPC some days I like the 404. I really like the plugins inside of the MPC, and I like the way they are. I like to make samples out of them. So I like to sample them and then manipulate them, slow them down. In the MPC, it's an extra step. So if I played it all out on the pads, what I would have to do is then send the pad down to mix it down as a sample and then import it back in. Because I have my SP-404 there and it's linked via MIDI, it automatically is going to just sync to whatever beat, whatever speed that I'm making at or recording in at, and the sample is just available a lot quicker. So for me, it's a workflow deal. Now, the second MPC, the audio is running into the input of the first MPC. The first MPC audio tab is on, so it says input, and it's just a through box. So you're hearing the piano running through the MPC-1 retro into the Roland SP-404 MK2 and a daisy chain. So this allows me to have one instrument set up like a piano, on my other MPC, another instrument set up like Fabric XL. It also allows me to be able to stack those instruments all the way up to 6 plugins a piece to make some really deep and crazy moving sounds. And it allows me to not be inside of the memory. Also, it gives me clean recordings inside of the Roland SP-404 to manipulate later. So that's the reason why I utilize that workflow. I also like to have my MPC-1 connected to my SP when I'm just making beats entirely through the MPC, because when I get to an arrangement screen, I like to have some sort of arrangement at the end of the beat, so that way I can come back and arrange it differently. So right now, I'm going to put this diagram on the screen for a couple seconds so you can see how this works. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you check out the beat tape that I just dropped, 365 O.T.G, with the beats from the tutorials. So you can see the red is the routings into the SP for the MP. Green is MIDI. And you could just check this out. You could either pause it or buy the masterclass and look at it from there. And there'll be a lot more audio O.T.G routing diagrams coming up in the future. I see that's something that people have an issue with, so we're going to add that. All right. So now we got the piano. We're going to record this piano in from the black MPC so you can see how that works. I just want to demonstrate in this video how it all works. And when I show you these workflows, these aren't necessary workflows that you might use. But what I do get is a lot of questions on a regular basis about different ways to route your audio and different ways to utilize your stuff. I do think that experimenting with different ways of routing your audio and utilizing your equipment in different ways might help you come up with a different sound and or a different style of beat that could separate you from someone else, you know? So that could be a reason why you could do it. It could be an efficiency thing. It could be a speed thing, a workflow thing. There could be a plethora of reasons. Maybe you perform better on one and utilize a different one. Maybe you want to run the MIDI, run the audio from one through the input of effects through another and through another set effects. There's all kinds of reasons that you might do something like this if you have the ability to do it. But my advice would be to also learn the strengths of whatever you're using standalone by itself. You can only really get the most out of using something together if you understand what they both or all four of them or what they necessarily bring to the table. So hopefully this helps you out. It's just a light conversation about audio routing, and the reasons why I route my MPCs, or I route everything the way that I route things. And hopefully this gives you some ideas to try to do your inputs and outputs a different way. Record some things in, see what you get, warp it up, try it in all kinds of different methods and see what kind of sounds you get. You never know what you'll get inspired by. All right. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you check out all the stuff in the description. Check out the beat tape. And we're here with another one, man. Stop being weird. Try some new things, man. You bought the equipment. Push it to the next level. Try routing that stuff up differently. It's your brother O.T.G.